been on this earth for so damn long. I ain't really even risen up yet, but there's something more to my song I ain't written. So I still gotta live, and I keep my soul there anyway. Even though I'm gone so many days, it's like I'm right there on that track, and I know life is about to crack open wide once again. And I thank God for this existence. And I said, I've been lost all the infinite ways. I've even tossed myself straight to the sharks just to play. I've rambled rhyme streams like old poetry in motion, like a kung fu kick straight into the dick of another mother. Couldn't understand me. I said, oh well, okay then, let's get rich off these tracks, spit words that bring us back to the nations of earth, trying to make the waves of sensations they ain't heard yet. Heard from this so infinite loop, that beautiful spirit on the track. He knew recording was perfect, so he just did it like that. Went all the way to the end, even deserved it. Had a little time for himself, thought and working for others and pacing himself in ways that could keep him on track and not lose taste of his own face again. Well, he licked all over that shit, spitting this old twisted little image, infinitely rolling too quick in the wrong direction to save his skit. He said, go head on with it. I'm willing to sit back and see just what happens when the devil takes hold of my soul and throws my back out in commission with this old lyrical scrimmage on my lips, telling me that perverse words and sounds getting off the world somehow, bringing us back in won't save us from our own broken shell. So let's glue it back with stickiness like, oh good God, yes, sex sells, and it's fun to have fun while you're living your mind inside of someone else. You know, you hold on to the good bits, the parts of life that bring us back to commercializing, really. It's all the same going by, nothing meant by it. Just hold on for the ride and don't lose yourself. That trip, yeah, I promise it's coming to an end now. That trip on the way out is quite a bitch. That trip, it brings you right down to your basics. And I mean pissing, shitting, vomit, like oh damn, that's where he went. You should have seen the way it happened, like that madman out of his head didn't know it. Yeah, there's a lot of us been through that. Acid's just a funny kind of subject, like tripping on a ball so high up on a roller coaster hill it peaks. And it loses itself past the sunset, dripping calmness over palms that sweat, hallucinations and kung fu grips of spirits on your back, massaging that shit. It feels good all over, earthly measure, roller coaster, indeed Shrek the pleasure, like discrepancy, going too quick, no commercializing without selling a name, so I said it, 1050 kids. You can come see my movie, this shit's for free. I sit there in front of the screen and spit on the track and lose my brain. And you can try to follow me in, but I guarantee you if you get lost, have fun, cause it's a smooth mess as he bumps his way into it like he been all over that track, man. He been way too far. Oh, you don't say. Well, hey, hold on to that. What? That big old bomb? Looking at life again, man, shit. That ain't nothing. Look, I'll eat that bitch alive, man. Pull that pin, go ahead, toss that grenade into my head. I'll sit there and simply laugh. I'll put it right down in my face. I'll swallow with pride and say, amen. Life is whatever it is. I took a ride and took a couple trips and got to the same place and the same conclusion every time at the same time, every time that it hit. It bent the will of reality itself, and I was stuck in it, caused it too much commotion, chemical effect, reenacting the shit. I brought back a little too much of the same old common emotion, just comfort, kids. It's discomforting to some, imagine that. I get peace in finding free will for the pleasure of all of life itself. And I get off on spitting shit nobody ever has. I'm just that kind of man. I sit on the same two chords all day. Why they call me Mr. Nasty? See, I see this old human fate. I walked along its old crags and juts and udders and echoes and grins. And I said, man, I couldn't cringe at the thought of feeling myself up with paperclip disturbances, looking at life in a cup, seeing you pull your way in through too much of the same old transgression to think it was a sin. I call it commercializing shit. I'm gonna make profits off profit and profiteers who racketeer the minds off at the stop of a common dollar that drops off too well and too near, already done at the commercial's end. I said, sanitize this. Try to keep it clean for the kids. They gotta listen in too. There's too much there that they can miss. I would bounce all over the track like I was bunny rabbits on. Yeah, you know it. I wouldn't lose myself though. I would show it like a roller coaster and hit. At every corner and bend and twist and turn and straight rolling off of the rails at times cause you went too high to bend the earth and slid back down in the pool of emotion, thinking, oh, slip that in, I'm gonna put it in 2 times, man, maybe 3, we'll call it a hook and let it spin, sink teeth in to bite you down on this whole track the way that life is right now, like an infant taking his first breath. He sees everything at once, this earth and all of God and all the suns and all the planets all at once. And yes, indeed, I know this because I wrote it, kids. I spurt this just like old droplets. I hold on to too much all at once and let a few go too quick. And that's the way the world is. It happens like an accident. We are all prone to this. We get straight struck up on time deals, tugging minds, pulling appeals at curves that run riddles and slimes like straight reverbs, bouncing around on the walls, bringing our souls back. You understand that? That's the emotion at the center of all of this. The moves that run round right like they've been talking tightrope, bouncing, hurdling curls that come full force with all things in earth, holding on to the grip of a horse, lifted too much out of his breath and took recourse. Like chorus, of course, it would be alright for you if you want to get back into the song at any moment, wherever you've been. I can't see past what I'm doing now, so I spit it off the top of my grin and let slivers roll down like big old drops of shit. I went a little too far, I guess, but fuck it. That's the bucket, kids. Roll it over, kick it, lift some rocks and take hits. But I'll give hints all day long. Let my spirit sit and play song like this universe is stage 1 for this actor who ain't commercialized yet. Sure, I'll sell myself out if I get the first chance at a dollar sign bigger than life itself, pulling me in through all things all at once till I can't take it and I grin. And I see the world the way that it's been, man, thinking, whoever would have done this to such a beautiful place, linking all life to one out of an opposite end. Thinking, did he just say that or did he slur it? I spittled up a bit on the track and had a little sickness. Whoops, my bad. I went too far for my senses and I let life take hold again. Don't trip out, kids, you learn there's days, of course, where we leave Earth and go straight beyond the guess of what it is as we all live this. First time's a verse, look, it's like it's running straight through, it never stops, his tongue is twisting all day too, he's losing his mind on them tracks, thinking I'll never hold back, I'll keep going forever until the world accepts what I've done with this earth. At only 36:47 on the clock, I see this is how long I've been rocking this track on my little laptop. See, I see the way the world is. It bites back in big old urges to have the urge to come complacent with every thought that ever converged on this tasty little grin. Such a hell of a devil to discard this universe now as you work so hard for existence to come back to yourself so you could put a few in, just words, kids, no bombshells. I'm not dropping life and destruction in the same barrel and trying to mix it with my dick. I got all the thoughts in life, see, and I've clearly lost my mind, but I've got pretty good faith to realize there is still some me inside. He ain't going yet. You hold on to that tasty hook forever, cause you've got that song yourself. You've done it first, nobody else quite ever has, but that's just the way it happens. It's life freestyle when it comes to rapping. I'ma drop my skull all over the blitz and just tongue through my way as I fist like this. All the way in one whole day playing like I gave love to the world in one way and said it. I use my hands to get the point across. Mr. Italian, don't come to a standstill or you might get cross. So I got to keep on moving steadily with my hands, talking all over the plate, thinking I'ma place this food in my gullet in one way or another. But trust me, there is indeed some way for me to get unraved and see myself someday come so straight that I can't face my own face and say what I have been. Yeah, I play all over the track, kids. I ain't no lyrical genius or nothing. Well, I am, but I ain't no musical genius or nothing. At least I don't think I am yet. I might work on that, though. That'd be a fun project. Shit. Yeah, I realize it, man.